Well, good morning, YouTube friends and family. I am going to do a sort of Christmas video today. This was one of the things that I had planned to share prior to Thanksgiving, prior to the whole let's see how many surgeries you can have in a week episode, but feeling a little better today. I'm starting to get my energy back. I think some of it is all the medications that I ended up receiving, through 2 surgeries. So we're going to do something really fun, really inexpensive, and something that will be just delightful for Christmas or for any time. And that is we're going to make sugared cranberries, and we're also going to make some cranberry simple syrup. So let me swing you down here. So on my stove, I just have one of my cast iron pots heating up, and to that I have added 4 cups of water. So when you're making a simple syrup, it's equal parts water to sugar. So yipper, I'm going to put 4 cups of sugar in this. And I know that sounds like a lot of sugar, but I think it's going to be worth it. So cranberries this time of the year are very economical. What I will say is you cannot use frozen cranberries for this recipe. You do need to have fresh cranberries. So I'm going to just give this a whisk and show you what I've done here. I have picked through a bag of cranberries, washed them very well. So you want to eliminate any like smooshed ones, any that are unripe, because usually you get a few of those, or any that are mushy, that are overly ripe. And I actually only had to get rid of 3 out of a normal size bag of cranberries. So they were 89 cents a bag at Walmart. I bought 2 bags because I wanted to make some of this as well as some cranberry sauce. So they're still in my fridge, but they do keep really, really well. So I'm going to just set this aside so I have a little bit more room. Maybe pull you over a bit closer. I'm sure you've all seen water and sugar boil together. And this is actually a 1.5-day process. So I'm going to start this today. I'll finish videoing tomorrow, and then the video will go up. So while this is one of my Vlogmas videos, I'm not going to tell you what number it is because I'm not sure what video will be up next, whether it will be this one or whether I will have one in between. So I shared with you how to make your own gift bags, and I have been trying to talk myself into wrapping presents 4 days. I haven't felt up to it, I'll give myself that, but normally I don't wrap presents because I'm not very good at it. I just put everything in a gift bag. But this year I know that I have the time. Today, as you saw in the intro, we're having our first snow. And unfortunately, some of it's going to be ice. So depending on where you live, and I live in the corridor of the state that runs along a highway where we get a lot more ice than surrounding communities. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to have some ice to deal with. So I'm going to ground myself for today and wait until tomorrow to leave the house. I have some things to do for my mom, and I also have an appointment for myself. So I will wait until tomorrow. So what you want to do here, let me lift you up. You don't want to boil it. You want to just bring it to steaming. Turn off your burner and set your timer for 6 minutes. And then I will bring you back and show you what's next. All right, well, our 6 minutes have elapsed. So what I've done is I've put my cranberries into a heat-safe bowl. And I was reviewing the first video, and what I forgot to tell you is you want equal parts cranberries, water, and sugar. So if you have 8 cups of cranberries, 8 cups of water, 8 cups of sugar. So I had 4 cups of cranberries. The average size bag is what I got out. So because I'm sloppy, I am going to do this in the sink and hope and pray I don't spill it everywhere. All right, perfect. So what we have now is our simple syrup that's warm. It isn't hot, it isn't boiling. You don't want to put it into boiling water. And I am going to cover this. You could use plastic wrap. I should have a lid somewhere to this, but I'll look for it when I'm not trying to make a video. I'm gonna cover it, and I'm gonna leave it for 24 hours. And what is gonna happen is these beautiful cranberries are gonna start soaking up that delicious sugary syrup. And at the same time, cranberry flavor is going to infuse into the simple syrup that we made. Tomorrow morning, we will sugar our cranberries. So you can use some table sugar, some sanding sugar. I just love it when I get things ready and I can't find it. Okay, so this is just, wow, has no label. This is what sanding sugar looks like. So it's just a little bit coarser. This is, oh, there you go. Great value sanding sugar. So I'm going to use part white sugar, part sanding sugar, and then you need a bottle. You can use a mason jar. You can use a bottle. This is actually, if you shop Aldi, they have sparkling lemonade, non-alcoholic, that comes in these lovely swing top bottles. And that's what I choose to save my cranberry simple syrup in. And we'll talk tomorrow, which will be later in this video, about all the things that you can do with simple syrup and why you don't want to dispose of it. So stay tuned. Thing I just realized I didn't mention, you just want to leave your cranberries sitting out at room temperature. Do not refrigerate them. And that way they will absorb the maximum amount of simple syrup. So I'll see you in the morning with more details. Well, good morning, day 2. We are ready to start working on our sugared cranberries in our cranberry simple syrup. So just share with you, it's about 5:27 in the morning. I have a lot of trouble with my sleep. I think it's my age, honestly. I'm tired at like 8 o'clock, but I wake up so early. So today it was 1 a.m. and I thought, you know, it'd be a good time to get up and get some things done. So that's what I've been doing. And I thought I'll just bring you along. We'll finish up these sugared cranberries. So my cranberries have been soaking overnight, just at room temperature in the simple syrup. And you can see they're actually a bit larger. So they've soaked up some of that delicious sugary goodness. I tasted one last night because I couldn't help myself. And while the cranberries are really tart, they have taken on, hello, Frankie. They have taken on some of that sugar. Hey, down. Oh, my goodness. And someone will say, you didn't wash your hands and you touched the cat. So, yeah, I'll wash my hands. Alrighty, so what I've done here is in a little, this happens to be like a porcelain or pottery ramekin. I've put equal parts of sugar and sanding sugar. So regular table sugar and then the Walmart Great Value brand sanding sugar. And you do not want to pop those cranberries. So I'm just using a slotted spoon. And I'm going to put them in the ramekin. And let me tell you, everything will be sticky when you get done. So even though I cleaned my kitchen already once this morning, I'm sure I'm gonna need to do it again. And I'm just shaking them around and letting those cranberries pick up a beautiful sugary coating. Now again, when you lift them out, and I'm just gonna put them here on a parchment lined cookie sheet. You don't have to line it with parchment paper. The reason I am is just because it's a newer cookie sheet and I'm trying not to kill all my cookie sheets so quickly because I'm very hard on cookie sheets. So let me lift these out. And what you want to do is you don't want to refrigerate these. You want to leave them open to air for 2 to 3 hours so that sugar has a chance to dry. If you refrigerate them immediately, the sugar will liquefy and your cranberries will lose that beautiful, beautiful coating. I don't know, maybe a spoon would be easier than a fork, but I'm trying not to use quite so much sugar. So let me show you what we have. Are those gorgeous? And while I know these have a lot of sugar in them, it's certainly no worse, honestly, than Christmas candy. And at least you get some vitamin C. So always look for the positive side. So I'm going to finish up these cranberries. I'll bring you back at the end and show you what we're going to do with this remaining syrup. All of our cranberries have now been coated. Look how pretty. I can't wait to have them actually dry and ready. Just for fun, I'm going to taste one. Wow, is that ever good, guys? You have to try this. It's so easy, inexpensive. It looks very festive. So let's talk a little bit about this simple syrup. I shared yesterday about the bottle I'm using, and I am not going to waste all of this simple syrup. So what can you do with it? I personally do not drink alcohol. I understand that many cocktails call for simple syrup, so you could use the cranberry flavored simple syrup. It's good on anything you would put simple syrup in. So you could put it in sparkling water. You could put it in your water. You could put it in iced tea. Just remember, it's 50% sugar, so it's quite sweet. So I am just going to try really hard not to dump this everywhere. And fill this up. My son is a huge fan of sparkling water, so this bottle will probably go home with him when he comes. Fingers crossed, guys. Day after Christmas, that weekend, he will be here, so I'm super excited about that. So we did have our first snow. It's still snowing. We haven't had a huge amount of accumulation, but we've had quite a bit of ice. And where I live, they do not clear the roads very effectively, and probably gonna have to go out today to do some things for my mom. We'll just have to see what the weather advisories look like. So wherever you are, I hope you are staying well, staying healthy, and that you are blessed. Have a wonderful day.